They told me boys don't cry or play with Barbies. So my whole life I've tried my hardest to be the man that they wanted me to be.
Hey Sukis, it's been a week since you've last heard from me, and the last time you did hear from me, these two started fighting. So now what would the TsukiHina family do with the predicament that Kei bestowed upon himself? And yes, I am using a weird English, maybe semi-olden English, because I am in the middle of writing the royalty historical owl, and it's coming together, I guess. So enjoy! To Heal With You Too, The Celestial Fall. Chapter 6, Doting Families. Kei, what? Akitaro opened Kei's door with a spare key and let himself in. You can't keep doing this to yourself. Akitaro crept up to his bed and tugged on the cocoon of blanket, which he almost had off. He knew, Aniki! Kei was tugging it back to his body as if it was a game of tug-of-war. He knew all along, and he played along. He didn't know. Akitaro let go and rolled his eyes as Kei tumbled into his bed with his blanket. He literally said, "It's not like it's a secret. Like, who the fuck does that?" Kei. What? Kei snapping at Akitaro was the most stupid action he did since forever, because he never gets riled up enough to actually snap. Akitaro gives him a look that says, "Really?" which had Kei shut up and look guilty. Sorry. You guys should really work on your communication. Did we misunderstand each other? Akitaro smiled and nodded his head to the kitchen, where they relocated and got some warm milk. You, mister, misunderstood Shoyo. Shit. Kei took a big gulp from his cup of milk before looking at Akitaro. What did I do this time? Did you ever tell Shoyo you liked him? No, but he was sure he knew. Do you ever think Shoyo still hasn't gotten over Kageyama Tobio? You did a background check? Akitaro smiled at him sheepishly and waved it off. Just the basics, name, age, address. Okay, address is pushing it, but okay. Yes, Aniki. Rape isn't something you just move on from on the spot. Kei, I said the person, not the trauma. I don't know, maybe not. How about you put yourself in Shoyo's shoes? Okay. Your friend got cheated on by his ex. His ex, who was his childhood best friend, who he could have liked since the year they met. Do you think he'd move on in a couple months? He thinks I still like Yamaguchi. Bingo. Akitaro chuckled as Kei paled in horror for yelling at Shoyo, then turned red in embarrassment for not getting the situation fully. I messed up. Big time. Kei gulped down the last of his milk before huffing into cold February atmosphere. Take him out on a date and I get bragging rights if you two end up kissing? Aniki. Kidding. But seriously, Shoyo's so pissed you're not opening up to him. How can I? I'm close to blurting out, "Hey, you look good in my shirt. Stay there." Oh wow, you got it so bad. I can't lose him and I'm scared of just him knowing. Be careful, Kei. I once had those thoughts about Tenchan, and he looked startled because I blurted out how good he looked in my sweater. Gee, I bared my heart out and you just shared something from your relationship. Akitaro chuckled and warmed up his arms with his hands. I'm not really good at advices. That's Mom's forte. You called? Kyuko leaned against the kitchen door frame and smiled at her startled voice. Heard Shoyo came home in a very bad and sulky mood. Is that your fault, Kei? Unfortunately. Akitaro got up from his seat and took Kei's glass before washing them and drying his hands. While he did that, Kyoko occupied his seat and hummed while playing with her hair. Akitaro kissed his mother's cheek and patted Kei on the head on his way out after bidding them goodnight. Kei? Yes, Mom? What happened? Shoyo was really upset. Akane said he looked as if he would cry any second. Kei groaned into his hand as he is once again reminded how much of a dick he was. I screamed at him because he was implying he knew my crush. Thought he was making a fool out of me. Turns out he thought I still love Yamaguchi. Kyoko stood up and hugged Kei's head as he rested his cheek on her clothing. Her fingers scraped through his scalp and he almost forgot all his problems. If only it was that easy. Yeah, I'm just afraid he's gonna leave once he knows I like him. Kei, baby, he won't. How are you sure, Mom? Kyoko smiles down at her boy and rests her hand on his shoulder. Do you think Shoyo would leave you? No, but it'd be me putting pressure on him, especially when he's still getting over his trauma. So you want him, not now? Yeah, but my feelings are all over the place. I want to cherish him at his pace, but I go ahead thinking he'd look great waking up in my shirt. Why don't you solve your little argument first, then we'll tackle that one. Kei sits up straight and thinks about it. Yeah, I guess. Tell you what, Kei. You Tsukishima men have this thing for seeing your partners in your clothes. How about you avoid that by not letting Shoyo hijack your closet? He looks cute though. Exactly. If you don't want yourself spilling your love to him, then no borrowing of clothes. Kei was near to jutting his lower lip out in a pout. But that's just not himself if he pouts because of something like clothes on Shoyo. You look like your father who got no cuddles from me. Kei groaned in frustration before placing his chin on the table. Stop being a big baby, Kei. Kyoko pulled up her son for a hug, then they set foot to Kei's bedroom in silence. Mom, why is love unfair? It's not generally unfair, just a mystery? Why am I feeling torn between being in happiness and in pain? Love suppressed us. Love denied, and love never wants to be denied. I hate love. Don't worry, the rockier the road, the stronger the feelings. But what if his feelings aren't as strong as mine? What if he doesn't meet me in the middle? Then you try again with someone else. They reached Kei's door and Kei feels his heart tear a little from his mother's words. He kissed his mother's cheeks goodnight and slid into bed. Kei's thought flitted to Akitaro's suggestion. I should take Shoyo out on a date.